I am proud of you.
So CM Punk starts off by talking about Cody's dad, who at this point seems like everyone's father or friend, except Cody. He apparently asked CM Punk to watch out for him. He says this because he will potentially stop him from finishing the story. Cody then responds by saying everyone sees his father in him, which is true. He does talk about him every time. He then recognizes his nepotism, which every generational superstar needs to at some point, and kinda thanks Punk for not being a jerk to him. Then Punk just lies and says it doesn't mix business with personal feelings. If there's one thing Punk does more than anyone else, is mix business with personal feelings. But that's neither here nor there. He then starts talking about coming from the gutter and calls himself a real American dream. Then I got all kinds of confused when Cody started talking about the pipe bomb, because it became the very thing Punk was always fighting against. But then I thought, wait, he might be actually talking about the time he made his name in the Indies, went to Japan, and literally built a solid rivalry to WWE. So yeah, Cody picked up CM Punk's words and put them into action, while Punk went to MMA and won all these matches. Then Punk kinda references how there's someone who came back and took his spot like The Rock, which it doesn't mention, but we know what it means. But now he has come back to take Cody's spot. What do you guys think of this segment? Did it do what it needed to? I'm curious to hear what y'all think. Dang, that CM Punk road to WrestleMania experience he mentioned hits hard. I didn't realize how similar the situation was for Punk back then. He carried the company for 2 years, was put on the cover of WWE 2K, was on his way to main event WrestleMania when a guy who was away from the company for a long time, Rock, suddenly came back and took his main event at WrestleMania away from him. That was a very personal line he flipped back on Cody. Absolutely brilliant promo. When you have a crowd divided on who to cheer for, that's when you know you're in for something special. Hell of a segment, bringing a lot of real life into promo and then blurring the lines is the future of the business. Triple H gets it.
Remember who you're coming after.
In another segment, Seth talked about his injury that his doctor advised him to take serious, as he might even miss WrestleMania because of. Out comes Gunther, who tells Seth it's a shame he will miss WrestleMania, where Seth tells him that he doesn't care what the doctors say, he will walk into WrestleMania with the championship and walk out. Then Gunther tells Seth he will win the Royal Rumble and choose Seth as his opponent, of which he should. After this, I actually thought they will attack Seth and break him to a point where he will be severely injured, which will prompt Damien Priest to come out and cash in. But it didn't happen, which kind of disappointed me somehow, I don't know. Regardless, we hope he gets better and loses the title at WrestleMania. Honestly, I agree with waiving Seth's title defenses until he's healthy. I hope he recovers soon. It's what's best for business. And if Roman doesn't have to, Seth shouldn't either. It's refreshing to have a heel who's just an all-around badass that isn't a monster. No shenanigans and manager antics, just a baddie who comes in, dominates, and destroys your fellow heroes.
Now Priest! Oh my!
Damien Priest vs McIntyre was an absolutely amazing match. These two make heavyweight wrestling look awesome. Priest is deeply underrated and I think will be a good world champion. This might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but Truth's involvement in this match kinda annoyed me. It was funny, but it was unnecessary. This ended up resulting in Damien Priest losing the match. I guess we're going to see a R-Truth Damien Priest feud before he cashes in. Truth is underrated, so we'll have to see how it ends up. But they've teased Damien's cash in for long, and it's starting to feel like when he does actually do it, it will have lost its impact and will in turn have a not so good run. What's the password? Can't stop laughing. Truth never disappoints. Priest protects him at all cost. Even the ref got me too when he got distracted in the ring and tried to get some money. Wow, amazing performance by Drew and Damien. Congrats on crashing and destroying for the win tonight. You totally deserved the big dog, and you definitely deserved the win tonight. Drew McIntyre is such an underrated tweener for sure, but Drew McIntyre uses his tweener character as a heel and face for his character to make him look like an actual character that can actually do anything to win a match. New Day vs Imperium was great though. This feud has become more interesting than I expected it to be. The New Day, being one of the great tag teams, had lost their momentum, and Imperium was always a Gunther-focused group. But now both of these teams are bringing back excitement in the tag team division, especially Woods. His development in his feud has been great to watch. I wish they were feuding for the belt though. Having them fight for them at WrestleMania would be great, but maybe they will still be possible, who knows. Wow, amazing performance by the New Day and Imperium. Congrats on crushing and destroying for the win tonight. He totally deserves the big down and the win tonight. This tag team is getting personal with the New Day and the Imperium. It's far from over. This tag team rivalry is getting more serious with each other and continue to dominate each other over and over again in their respective matches. Actually, Kofi and Xavier unified what it meant to be a quality tag team. Put the tag team division to a different standards since 2018. If you've made it to this point, I'd like to say I've never played the 2K games. I've never even owned a console or PC. I've only played mobile games like Contra and all those. Anyways, I'm saying this to say, I don't really understand what their hype about being in the cover is. But I know it's a big deal when a superstar is chosen, and the Cody being chosen makes the most amount of sense to me. He's completely reinvented himself to a face persona people actually like. That's very hard because of how people can turn on you. Rhea and Bianca want the other version. I think that's a good call since they basically carry the female division. If you can't believe Cody is somehow face of the company right now, just see how they basically made 2K24's theme around his catchphrase, and most of pre-orders are Rose related. At this point, Cody would only finish the story upon his retirement, since this phrase can no longer be used after he won the title. They weren't just put there, they ended. Bianca had one of the best championship runs in a long time. Rhea is currently crushing as champion. Cody wrestled the most matches in 2023, sold the most merch, main evented Mania, and I understand those who say it should have been Bray, but that would be a sentimental appointment rather than one of merit. I'm sure Bray will be honored in other ways.
Oh, I didn't start wrestling to end up in a wheelchair.
I'm starting to think Big E will return at Royal Rumble. He talked about how he's not sure about when he will return when he was asked by TMZ Sports, but I see that as foreshadowing. With the whole Imperium New Day rivalry, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes back, especially if Gunther gets involved, which sets up a match I didn't think I needed, where Gunther faces off with Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. That would be an absolutely crazy match. Or, hear me out, he turns heel. If he can't get into the ring again, I would like to see him as a New Day manager. So good to see Big E. I've missed him since he left. I hope he's able to return as soon as he can. He's such a talented wrestler.